術式順天青
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome to Maximum Output Training. Welcome to day 2, aka Upper Body Strength Day. And around these parts, if you're new, I don't barbell bench press as much or at all anymore, especially for the last I want to say 9-ish, 10-ish weeks. So I substituted that with some overhead press, strict press, military press, whatever the hell you want to call it, but it's standing overhead press. And we are working with 100 pounds for sets of 5 today. So the reason I switched out barbell bench press to overhead press is because my shoulder is all kinds of fucked up at the moment. And for whatever reason, overhead press feels nice on my shoulder. And actually, as a matter of fact, after I finish with overhead press, my shoulder feels a lot better. So I don't know if it's like the years of me barbell bench pressing without doing some sort of shoulder press, it kind of just fucked up the alignment or whatever, because my AC joint is kind of or this, I don't know, somewhere around here, this big bony part here, I think it's the AC joint, it's just it just hurts. So one day I was just watching TV, I moved my shoulder in a certain way, and my fucking shoulder went. So slowly but surely, it's getting a little bit better, kind of, sort of. I didn't do my mobility and my shoulder rehab exercise for at least over a month now, so I got to get back into routine and do that, but that's neither here or there. So it is a strength day. We are focusing on strength movements, aka overhead press, and we are not pushing reps as much as we are on the hypertrophy day to build muscle. Instead, we are dropping kind of the volume a smidgen, but intensity is a little bit higher. Trying to not push it as hard for certain exercises because my tricep is all kinds of fucked up. As you can tell, my body is just all fucked up. My tricep, I kind of smidgenly torn it. Shoulder's all fucked up. My elbow is kind of pissed off at the moment. And also this is where I strained my pec a few years ago. So I'm usually just weary of this left side. Probably that's why I want to get this area tattooed. So it's just this is all fucked up and the tattoos are just going to cover it. Don't tell my parents that, they'll probably kill me. Anyways, so we are working with 100 pounds overhead press for sets of 5, and we have upped the volume a little bit. I did 100 pounds for sets of, I started with three reps, and then we worked up to 4 reps, and then this week is 5 reps, and then kind of I don't know if I'm going to do a deload next week, or I might just push it, the intensity a little bit more, and then drop the volume again, and then start raising it up again, and then kind of do it in that way. But it's around the 75% range for my overhead press, which I'm basing it off of 135 pounds. So I've been talking a lot. Let's get to the first set. Okay, first set, moving really well. Tricep and elbow, not too happy. So luckily I dropped my tricep accessory exercises volume and intensity way down in a sense, but jacked up the reps. Last week, to be honest, when I did sets of 4 at 100 pounds, it was worse. It moved super fucking slow. Everything just was just fucking brutal. And I absolutely hated training last week for upper body strength. So I got quite a bit sets today. It's 5x5 at 75%. So take that with you if you want to program overhead press into your training. And yeah, I just have to be very wary of the tricep and elbow thing because last week, all of 5 sets at 4 reps was pissed off. But this set was actually moving pretty well. So I'm gonna rest a little bit and I'll catch you guys for the next exercise. Overhead press, done and dusted. I've been saying done and dusted quite a bit lately. Anyways, sets of 5 for a 5x5 anyways, moved pretty well. Last set was actually kind of a struggle. It was the 5th set, and on my 4th rep, or going for the 5th rep, it was just it kind of got stuck, and I kind of grinded it out. So 100 pounds at around 75% for a 5x5 actually is the perfect weight. After that, did some dumbbell flat press, sets of 10 at 60 pounds. And even though I've done a higher weight in the past, sets of 10 moving pretty well. Last set, of course, grinder on the 10th rep. So feeling pretty good. Pec was starting to get a little bit sketchy there, but probably because I like angled my shoulders and arms in a certain way, and my pec did not like that a little bit. So I'll either increase the weight next week, or I'll up the rep by either like 1 or 2 reps. And then once I hit 12, drop it back down to maybe 5 or 6 reps, and then build up again kind of thing, and see how that goes. Now we on to some dumbbell skull crushers. Like I said before, I kind of pissed off my shoulder. Pissed off my tricep, and I was working with, I want to say like 40 or 45 pounds for dumbbell skull crushers for sets of 10ish, and then I kind of pissed it off, tore it kind of thing. So I dropped it all the way back down to 25 pounds and did higher reps just to get some movement and get some hypertrophy in there in a sense. And now I kind of tapped out at around 22 reps at 25 pounds. Yeah, I could up the weight, but I'm still a little bit cautious of my triceps, so I'm not going to push it too much in terms of weight, because 45 pounds for dumbbell skull crushers moved beautifully. I did 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and then that third set, I did 1 set of 45 pounds for sets of 10 to 12-ish, and then the second set, it just fucking died. So even though the weight and everything moved really well on that first set, that second set, it just fucking died. So I'm gonna be extra cautious and drop the weight, but up the reps and the volume quite a bit. So I kind of tapped out at 22 reps. I was gonna go for 25, but I would just get super fucking tired by the end of it. And I just kept like stopping every 2 reps. And I'm just like, let's just like add a little bit more volume in a better way. So I added another set. So we're doing 4 sets today instead of 3. Instead of going for 22 reps, I'm gonna be gunning for about 16 to 18 reps. Still high reps, but I'm just not like super fucked up by 20 reps. And yeah, so first set, dumbbell skull crushers, 25 pounds for sets of 16 to 18. Let's do this. 17. All right, that felt really good. Nice on the triceps, nice on the elbows. I didn't feel like my tricep was gonna blow off the bone kind of thing. Kind of sandbagged it in there. I probably could have got an easily 4 reps, but I'm trying to just like expand a little bit more on volume and kind of pump out and get more blood flow in that way. I think once I hit 4 sets of like 20 to 22, maybe 25 reps, I'll then up the weight and slowly increase that way. So when you're injured, you want to be very cautious of how you approach your training, of course, but also how you increase weights. You won't be able to do it how you did before the injury, because after the injury, the idea is to stay healthy and not get re-injured. So you want to do progressive overload in a different way versus when you were healthy or not injured. So I'm doing whatever rate you think you want to go, cut it in half, because like 25 pounds for sets of 18 to 22, easy. But once I up the weight, I still want to keep going more because it's actually pretty easy. I worked up to like 45 pounds for dumbbell skull crushers until something happened. So cut it in half and then slowly work my way up. Just like I did with dumbbell press, I worked with like almost 80, 85 pounds for sets of like 6 to 10. And then shoulder, everything got pissed off. So I had to drop the weight back down to like 50, 55 pounds and then slowly work my way up. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do that. So slow work in progress, and we'll see what happens in the future for the next until 2025 ends. So I got a couple more sets and I'll see you for the next exercise. Last and final exercise of the video. I'm running out of time here and I got to get the hell out of here for another client. So I got to get back to work. So we're ending off with some lat pull downs. It's going to look a little wonky. I haven't done these in a little bit on the channel, just because once again, the pulley system that hooks up to the rack, the cable's a little weird and I have to angle my body in such a way. I also have to leverage myself because the weight is heavier and it will pull me off the ground. So how I kind of like get into position to do an actual lat pull down, I have to like jam my feet into the squat rack, plant myself and then proceed to do the lat pull down. But you got to do what you can, especially if you're limited on space. And this is a space saver, and it was worth the $60 to be able to do like face pulls, push downs, lat pull downs, and other exercises that come from like a high pulley type position. So lat pull downs, 110 pounds for sets of 13. I might try to gun for 15, but we'll see how I feel and see how it goes. So first, pulling exercise of the session and also the last exercise of the video. So let's finish strong. 13. 14. 15. Yes. All right. I also forgot to mention I'm doing an underhand grip just because it feels nice on the shoulder and I get a little bit more bicep activation in that way. So I got 15 reps there. I got a couple more sets. I'm going to finish those and then proceed to go on to the rest of my workout because I got one arm rows, got a little bit of bicep work, and then I have shoulders, and then that's the session. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. This lat pull down feels a lot better than last week. Last week was just such a shitty off type week that everything just moved slow. So I'm actually pretty glad this week moved a lot better for all exercises so far. Within day 1 yesterday with lower body strength, day 2 upper body strength moved a lot better this week than all of did last week, and I'm doing a little bit more this week. So that is a good sign to slow progression over time. So I got a bunch of sets to do, bunch of exercise like I mentioned. So comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want some online coaching, there's some stuff in the description below, and we can book a 20-minute free fitness consultation and see if I can help you on your fitness journey today. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at maximumoutput_training. And you can also chat to me there. And I upload every day, once a day, as best as I can to provide you guys with some value. And you guys can just kind of learn something along the way. So I'll catch you guys next week for another training vlog. Not too sure what's going to be. It's also a Tuesday today. So enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll catch you guys next week for another training vlog. Peace.